Success isn't always about what we achieve. Sometimes it's about what we nurture, like a garden or our peace of mind. Before you give up, I want to show you what planting something will do. Welcome to Girl Grows Wildly, where I keep everything peaceful, pretty, and planted with purpose. This is a video that's been waiting to happen for a long time. I have my friends and family talking to me all the time about getting started. Give the world this information. I think that everybody in the world needs to hear this. So in this video, we are diving into the wellness benefits of gardening that go beyond just growing food. Gardening can lower your stress, it can boost your mood, and even improve your focus, and all the while connecting you with something bigger than yourself. So let's start with what science says. Garden is now proven to lower stress, anxiety, and depression. According to the 2020 meta-analysis in the clinical medicine, gardening reduces the cortisol, the stress hormone. Just spending 10 minutes, y'all, outside with plants can lower the heart rate and blood pressure. The act of caring for plants tap into our parasympathetic nerve system. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. That part of us that is calm and it does not react. So it stimulates our serotonin, which is and the dopamine, the happy brain chemicals that we all have. So when you garden, you're not just growing tomatoes, you're actually rewiring your brain to feel peace just by being out in nature. We're connected to the earth. We are energy. We're supposed to be connected with the earth. You know, we're so distracted now, and studies show that gardening improves our cognitive performance. And a study that stood out to me was from I think it was the Journal of Health Psychology, found that gardening improved mood and connection better than reading indoors. Come on. Think about that. The sensory experience, the soil, the wind, the smell of herbs brings you into the present. So the present, when you focus, is what mindful experts say that helps heal and scatter our minds. So when you're in your garden, it's time to slow down and you come back to yourself. Now think about it. When you was a child, you run around barefooted. How many of us run around barefooted these days now? If the ones that do, kudos to you, but the ones that don't, including myself, years I have not been barefoot even in my yard until I realized that where real connection comes from, and it's being barefoot, it's being connected with the earth. There's actually natural antidepressants in dirt, believe it or not. It's called, let me see if I can get this word right. It's microbacterium. And microbacterium is a bacteria that is triggered the serotonin production in the brain. So scientists say that regular experience may reduce anxiety and improve improve naturally just by touching that soil, and being outdoors truly counts. So even if you have a container garden or you have raised beds, it doesn't matter. When you are touching that soil, That reduces the anxiety and it improves our mood naturally. So isn't that wild? I think about that all the time. It might start with a few plants, but gardening can grow into one big wellness routine. It can bring calmness, clarity, and joy into your everyday life. When I started my garden, I felt anxiety all the time. Sometimes I even felt depressed. And I knew that there was something that was out of balance in my body. When I started creating a garden, I tell you the truth, that my mind started to be clear, my focus was clear, my anxiety disappeared. I felt like I could sleep better at night. I mean, I was so calm and so peaceful. And I love being out in nature. That's one of the most favorite places on the earth for me to be is out in nature. And I feel like we all need to be out in nature. We need to stay connected with Mother Earth. So the food that you grow becomes a part of your healing as well. A lot of people may not know that. And I know you've heard this before. Let thy food be thy medicine, and let thy medicine be thy food. So, fresh picked vegetables can retain more nutrients than store bought ones. I'm pretty sure you know that. If you don't, I'm pretty sure you've heard of that. We can go outside and pick an apple off of an apple tree and not even wash it and bite into it and eat it. But you can't do that with those apples that you buy in the store. They are highly processed. They've been sprayed with so many chemicals and pesticides. So growing your own food leads to a healthier eating habits. You're more likely to eat fruits and vegetables that you grow yourself. I tend to do that. I feel like there's nothing better than going out into your little garden with your basket and picking fresh herbs, which actually flavor your food. If you think about it, you're not going to eat meat and stuff without herbs and seasonings. You're just not going to do it. So, what makes the food taste good is the herbs and the seasonings. So, growing your own food, like I said, it's gonna be so refreshing. It's gonna taste so good. It's gonna taste so fresh. And so, homegrown produce skips all the artificial preservatives, the pesticides. Like I said, you can just go out in your garden and not even have to wash things. Now, me, I have to wash everything. I like to wash my stuff off because you know the little wildlife may come in and mess with it. So I like to clean my food even if it's homegrown. But when you eat and grow your own food, your body with intention, that is so powerful. Gardening teaches us to be patient. It gives us grace and trust. So watching something grow from a seed to bloom is emotionally grounding. Like when I plant seeds, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the little plant poke through the soil. And when it does, I'm just so happy. I'm just happy like a kid with candy. It's just so exciting to see something grow like that. Gardening is also reports a higher life satisfaction according to the American Horticultural Society. So the rhythm of season mirrors your own growth and transformation, just like nature as it moves through planting. When you get out and plant something, blooms and it harvests and resting, just like we do. So if you've been feeling heavy and anxious or lost, I want to truly invite you to grow something. Anything. It doesn't have to be complicated. Even if you have a patio, y'all, you can take pots and things and plant food in containers. And even if it's not food, you don't want to start off with food. You can start off with a sunflower. You can start off with a marigold, any kind of beautiful flower, just to get something real planted in the ground, to get you out in nature so you can feel peaceful. It can be strawberries. It could be just a single sprig of mint herb. It could be any kind of herbs that you like. Because in tending to something else, you begin to tend to yourself. So I want to challenge you this week. This wasn't going to be a challenge, but I want to challenge you this week. And I'm going to give you some steps on what to do to help you get out into nature. And like I said, one thing that we can definitely do is start walking barefoot. When you walk barefoot, it reduces inflammation in the body, it lowers our stress, and it definitely improves your sleep. It activates a small stabilized muscle of in your feelings of your legs, improving the posture and the circulation when you walk barefooted. So more importantly, it connects you to the earth. Bottom line, walking barefooted connects you with the earth. That is where the energy connects us to, is walking when you're barefoot. You're not just touching the ground, you're letting the earth calm your nervous system. It's very calming to the nervous system when your feet is actually touching the ground. It also balances through the presence of, I want to mention another balance in our bodies, and this is getting the food from your garden. A lot of us tend to eat with utensils. So I want to challenge yourself to eat with your fingers to stimulate digestion, and build a deeper relationship with your food. It helps with our portion control when we eat with our fingers. It slows down and encourages us of mindful eating. It engages us with the senses, especially the touch. That's telling our brain when we're full. You experience the joy of eating your meal. So a lot of people think it's messy, but it's really not. You know, a lot of things we do eat with our fingers, like if people eat fried chicken, they eat with their fingers, especially I don't know, there's some other things that you know that you eat with your fingers. So it, like I said, it's not messy. It is definitely mindful. You're honoring your body's connection to what it eats. So just to mention that walking barefoot and eating with your fingers, I want you to challenge yourself to do that, because that is something that's going to help you. That is something that's going to heal your body. That is something that's going to lower your stress. Do the research. If you don't believe me, do the research on what scientists is saying about everything that I've mentioned in this video. So the big picture I want you to think about is why it matters. So if you're wondering why gardening could change your life, here's what you're really planting. You're planting calm instead of chaos, y'all. You're connecting instead of disconnection. You're planting focus, you're planting healing, your nourishment goes deeper beyond, it goes deeper bond in nature, and that's what we all need. You're not just growing the food, like I mentioned, you're growing you. Gardening balances the body. A lot of our bodies are out of balance. That's why we have so much disease, because the body is at dis-ease. If you spell it out, it's going to say disease, but it really means dis-ease, out of balance. So I said all of that to say, I want you to get out and walk barefooted, because barefoot is definitely going to restore your nervous system. I want you to eat with your hands to reconnect with your nourishment. I want you to get out and start a garden. If you don't have a garden, start a garden. Start small. Don't start with large gardens. Start something small, and then as months, even years come, you can grow bigger gardens. Like me, I'm starting a cottage garden. I wanted to jump right in and start it and just rush into it, but I was told by my family, like, no, why don't you just wait and share this with the world? And so if you've been following me, you know that I'm getting ready to start a cottage garden. I'm definitely going to be giving you a tour. It's going to be where people can come here locally and visit my garden. So, but start a garden, start your transformation today. If anything that you take away from this video today is start a garden. Connect with nature. Connect with nature. Connect with nature. Your body will definitely be healed. So subscribe for soulful videos, gardening designs, and wellness rooted in nature and purpose. Thank you for watching.